Welcome everybody to Music, Movies, and Hoops, the podcast with the best NBA content on the web. I'm Josh Motenko for this podcast. We got a special edition of the pod today. You can find me at Coach Motenko on Twitter or at my other project on the Celtics blog podcast feed, Celtics Pride podcast. And Cody, tell them what's up.
Hello, I'm Cody Tannen-Barrup, and I am a staff writer at musicmoviesandhoops.com. And we are putting out daily content at 10 a.m. every day. That's what daily means. And so you can check me out there. I drop my stuff on Mondays.
Dodson.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Chris Dodson. Everybody calls me Dodson, up to and including my grandma. You can find me at Forbes Sports covering the Pelicans for the rest of the NBA. You can find me over here at Music, Movies, and Hoops. And the podcast is Unfiltered Dunks with Dodson. It's a Protect the Nest production, which I use for Cards for a Cause, other podcasts, and a few other ventures. So, just look us up. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram. If you're interested, check us out, DM us, and see how you can get involved.
Awesome. Sasha.
Hey everybody, I'm Sasha, repping Music, Movies, and Hoops like everyone else. I like to believe that my pickup game is like a poor man's Gordon Hayward, but I think in reality it's more of a rich man's Dion Waiters. I miss playing hoops. But yeah, check us out on Twitter at Music, Movies, Hoop, and on Instagram at Music, Movies, and Hoops. And exciting news, we just started a TikTok today, so look out for that, Music, Movies, and Hoops.
That's right, and I'm rocking the full Verjao right now. Everybody's coming with their true selves, and we got to tell you how we really feel today. We're talking about the Mamba Mentality. Cody, what does the Mamba Mentality mean to you? 5 seconds or less.
Someone who can close, someone who is lethal, and that's on and off the court.
Time's up. Dodson.
No blood, no foul. We play in big bank, take little bank. Let's ball.
Sasha.
I think the Mamba Mentality is winning an Oscar 2 years after you retired. Relentless dedication and hard work.
I think the Mamba Mentality is the Michael Jordan mentality, where you don't care about your teammates necessarily. You just need to win, and everyone's coming with you, and they better listen. So it's a little selfish. All right, so this comes up because a buddy of mine earlier, he said to me, he's a Knicks fan, he said, Julius Randle, when he broke his leg, he learned the Mamba Mentality, and that's why he's playing so well this year. And it made me think, isn't that guy a little bit more like Mo Bamba Mentality? Like, that guy's always been not my favorite player, and maybe not the most team player, or not the best work ethic, or not as good as Marcus Smart, who was drafted right next to him, or not, all these things. And now he's finally having a year. And so I wanted to kind of define this, and maybe we can go down the list of maybe the top players in the NBA and talk about, are they Mo Bamba or are they Mo Mamba? So we're going to go rapid fire, less than 1 minute per player. We're going to start with the number one player, LeBron. Come on, that's obvious, right?
Yeah, that's obvious.
Are we all in agreement on that one?
Mo Bamba?
Mom.
We're all in agreement he's the number one player. We're not all in agreement if he's more of a Mamba mentality or a Mo Bamba mentality.
There is no Bamba left in that man, if there ever was any. There's none left. He's complete Mamba.
I want to ask this, though. If there's 15 seconds left and the Lakers are down by 2 and LeBron James pulls up for an 18-foot jump shot, what do you all feel?
Anthony Davis needs to be in position for the rebound.
Bingo.
I don't know. I feel at this stage,
LeBron's going to make the perfect pass in the last few seconds. Like, he doesn't have that Mamba mentality of, this is my shot. It doesn't matter. Clear out. That's just not LeBron. That's not
10 seconds.
In his nature.
I'll say this, he is shooting 47% in the clutch from 3 this season, and he is taking 1 attempt in that clutch time, which is double the next person on that list for the lead spot. So I will say he is taking the long ball in these clutch moments this year and making it at almost 50%.
Yeah, I think it's going in at this stage of his career where I didn't before. Kawhi Leonard.
Mamba. Yeah, he's a closer.
And the whole thing with the leg and the injuries and being out longer, and the thing with the Spurs and things not going well last year, all those knocks, we can still say Mamba.
Oh, yeah. Because the snake going to crawl in his hole till he's ready to strike again. He ain't going to sit out there like half ready to get in a fight. Kawhi stepped back. He took his load management, and then he went and won a title. And he's going to compete for another one this year.
Black Mambas notoriously don't have legs.
The third guy on this level, in my opinion, the top level, KD, that one maybe not so clear.
I think KD is the most Mamba left in the league. KD's
Really?
the person that if I think KD's number one on my list of shot waning, who do I want taking the shot? I believe it. Remember those threes he hit at the top of the key in consecutive finals in Cleveland? You guys remember those? I think KD has it. I believe
This is where I think we're getting Mamba and Mo Bamba mentality confused. It doesn't matter if the shot goes in. It matters the mentality when you take the shot, which is why Russell Westbrook, he believes every shot's going in. It's the mentality when the shot leaves your hand, not when it hits the brick or goes in as a swish. That's the Mamba mentality, dude. That to me, y'all can. I don't
And
want to take up too much time.
Let's keep defining this as we talk about the players. This is good because we got to keep this definition within bounds, I feel like.
To me, the definition is when the ball leaves the hand, not when it hits the rim.
I'm with you, Dodson. I think it doesn't matter the result necessarily. I think, at some point it has to go in, but the mentality part is, it doesn't matter results. It's about it's going up.
All right, what about some other guys like Luka?
Luka's more Mamba. To me, I'll give him Mamba.
We're defining this as how confident is this person as he's taking the shot.
Yeah,
That's what the question is.
It's also about the details, right? I mean, that was Kobe's show, was detail, right? And it's about your work ethic. It's about your drive, your hunger. It's about all these intrinsic things too, I think. And your killer instinct, as well as your belief that I'm the best and it doesn't matter how many haters there are.
Well, that's detail with Kobe. It's the fundamentals. We look at the big fundamental, Tim Duncan. He was just as ruthless. I mean, he laughed Dwight Howard off the court. He just had a different kind of way of expressing his black mamba-ness. Kobe was up front with it. And I think that's what we're looking for is the guys that are up front with it. I think of Trae Young. He's a young black mamba mentality. The shot's going up for him. He's not top 10 player. He's not even worth the discussion if we're going to talk about top 10 players in the league or even top 15. But if we're going to talk about Mamba mentality, to me, he's up there with Russ. He's up there with Russ.
I agree. I feel like Luka, he's redefining some passing angles in terms of details. That guy is changing the game a little bit. The way he slows down his Euro step, the way he backs up to find the passing angle for three. I mean, he's doing things that other guys haven't done, footwork-wise. To me, he's Mamba.
One of the coaches here said Luka rides his heels on that Euro step and keeps you more on your toes than anybody else on the league. So he can step back on his heel and stop there on that dime or explode through, and defenders have to expect to explode through, and they're just giving up them shots to Luka. So he's growing more confident taking them shots.
Hey, guys, time's up. We got to move on. We're on to Jokic now, the other Euro.
He's the most.
Jokic is leading the league right now in clutch points in the clutch. I think he is a Mamba. And again, I know it doesn't matter if it goes in, but he is taking those shots. He is confident in those shots. And I trust him. I believe it's going in.
Yeah, it's a Black Mamba and Sabonis had a love child and it would come out in Jokic. Like that's.
And this year he's finding that he needs to score more for them to win. And I think that's Mamba. What about Giannis?
Oh, definitely not Mamba.
Mo Bamba.
Why?
Mo Bamba.
Why?
He doesn't think it's
Look
going
at what
in.
he does, and he sits back, and it's just he's never shown that he can pull out a knife and cut your throat. That's Black Mamba.
He's too afraid of getting fouled.
Giannis.
Yeah, they put him on a time clock, and his free throw percentage went down to 56%.
What about the other guy who's maybe a little questionable in many people's minds, Embiid?
He's got Mamba mentality. He's got Mamba mentality, but he does not have Mamba results.
He's
Or
Bamba.
Mamba, maybe work ethic to get in shape. But
the whole thing with him, this year he's coming out trying to show that he's Mamba after Shaq and them called him Bamba last year, basically.
They did on Inside the NBA. That was a good moment.
And I think they're right.
So he's got Black Mamba talent, but Mo Bamba motivation.
I mean, he's shooting 53% in the fourth quarter. So something's Mamba.
I mean, he's showing glimpses, but he's not there yet. And that's our top 10 so far, with Giannis and Embiid the only Bombas out of the bunch. Next is James Harden, not
Not.
Mamba, not a
Yeah, you
killer
can't pick
snake.
and choose and be Mamba. If you're picking and choosing your spot, then if it's June and you're not Black Mamba, then you're not Black Mamba.
And it's interesting because he's maybe better than this next guy, but this next guy is way more Mamba. Damian Lillard.
Dame might
No
be top
question,
Mamba.
right? I mean,
Dame has
just
so much Mamba.
we don't even need to continue on that, right?
He wants to be, but I'm in New Orleans and Drew. I'm just putting Drew Holiday out there. He's more garter snake as soon as he comes up against Drew Holiday.
Yeah, we got to think of the big slow snakes, the boa constrictor. We got to get some other snakes involved, right?
Although again, Dotson, you said it yourself, it's not necessarily about the shot going in. Like Dame's still going to take the shot. It's just that he's getting shut down by Drew. Is your point, right?
Okay, what I didn't want to say is I hate that he waved off Russell Westbrook because y'all all know I love Russell Westbrook, and that's why I'm hating on Dame. We can move forward now.
Yeah, I don't think Russell Westbrook is on this. Nope, not on this list. But you know who is? There's a couple guys here. I got the Celtic pride here. We're talking about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Let's talk about them together because I think it's interesting that they're back to back on this list of best players and on the same team.
I mean, who's more Mamba between the Jays? I kind of feel like we think of Jason as Little Mamba because he actually trained with Kobe. But man, Jaylen just has so much confidence, swag. He's such a leader off the court. I think he brings so much passion and thoughtfulness to everything he does. Maybe he's secretly becoming the more Mamba.
So this is clear to me, Sasha. I agree with you. Jaylen Brown is more Mamba than Jason Tatum, and to me, it's clear because Jaylen Brown is the most consistent player. Jaylen Brown is the most emotionally toned down and reserved and controlled. Tatum's the guy who's going to shoot bad shots and then look at the refs and not go back on defense. Tatum's the guy who's going to play a little soft, maybe, but obviously the more talented guy overall. And it's interesting because he's wearing the purple armband that Kobe gave him supposedly, right? And he was one of these few guys that did spend time with Kobe to actually pick up the Mamba mentality directly. And now you can't say that anymore, a lot of people. So to me, it's clear.
I agree with most of what you just said, except for the fact that I think Tatum is more likely to go 6 for 24 in a finals and just keep firing up than Brown is. Brown is going to do other things to help his team win in a different way. And so I think when we talk about mentality, I think Tatum does have that mentality, even if it doesn't lead to the results.
I want to ping on that because, Cody, I agree, and I think you make a great point. Maybe this is a way to judge players. If Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum were both 6 for 24 and the game was on the line, I feel better about Jason Tatum brushing that off, short memory, and hitting a shot. I think Jaylen might get in his head. I agree, Cody.
So can we say Jason will be more Mamba, but right now maybe he's not?
Well, can we add that to the definition that if you got Mamba mentality and your team's facing a little bit of adversity, you start getting tunnel vision on, I need to score more. Is that part of Mamba mentality as it, shows up on the court, so to speak?
I would say yes, but I also don't know if that's the best thing for your team. But that's a yes as far as Mamba mentality.
I think that's what LeBron's best at with his Mamba mentality. He took over games in the finals and through the whole playoffs last season.
All right, we're going to go through a few more players here. Bam Adebayo from the Miami Heat. What do you guys say?
Too soon?
Yeah, too soon. He's had one good playoff series, and the rest is, he didn't really show much. Mo Bamba got by on talent alone, but just because he was taller and all that during college and the pros, Bam's doing the same thing. Until he shows me he can take his elite athleticism and God-given talent and translate it, he's just another guy to me who's just riding on what he's got.
Cody?
I think he's better than just another guy, but I don't think I can accurately say what his mentality has formed yet. Some of these guys are early bloomers, some are late bloomers. In terms of mentality, he's clearly got the talent, but is the mentality going to get go one way or the other. I'm not sure.
But this is a guy who went from being a lob threat, big man or roll man, to being the focal point of the offense and make a decision maker, facilitator. He's improved dramatically since his first year in the league. I feel like, to me, that's Mamba, at least more Mamba than Bamba. That's me. Brad Beal, one of my favorite players in the NBA. What do you think?
Black Mamba.
Yeah, 100%.
Pitch black.
All right, how about this guy, Jimmy Butler?
Jimmer Fredette, sorry?
Jimmy Butler.
So I was going to ask
yeah.
when we were talking about Bam, can you have two Black Mambas on the same team? Is it even possible? And how would that work? Because to me, Jimmy Butler is the Black Mamba on that Miami team, and everyone else takes their cues from that.
Yeah, he took a practice squad of janitors and beat the other part of the starting five. Like he is that's Black Mamba mentality personified in practice. We talk about practice. We are, and I mean, come on, he's got that for Miami Heat.
Just to be clear, did you mean they were a practice squad of janitors, like they were the second string janitors, or do you mean they were a practice squad made up of janitors?
I can neither confirm nor deny, but that is a possibility, according to sources.
Custodians,
Woj.
actually.
Okay.
I'll allow it. The other Clipper, Paul George. Mo Mamba or Mo Bamba?
He hit the side of the backboard, homie.
Soft, softer than KD's cupcake before it's done baking.
So this is the most clear negative, I feel like.
Yes.
We're all in agreement on this. And I wonder about the next guy, the good player on the bad team for his entire career, Devin Booker.
Light-skinned Mamba.
He's Black Mamba when the ball leaves, but it's way, way short of being anywhere near a venomous snake once he gets to the rim and the playoffs. Except in the bubble, and the bubble doesn't count, so don't give me that bubble nonsense.
As it travels, it loses its venom.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the last guy I want to talk about because Dodson, he does his Pelicans thing. So this guy's Zion Williamson. Are we ever going to see what he really is? And is it clear yet mentality wise?
Rhino Bamba.
You're straight Bamba on him, on Zion?
No, I think he's his own breed. I don't know what's going through his mind. I think he thinks like make or miss, I can get the rebound by pushing people out of the way. So it's all good.
Yeah, on the court mentality, yes. Off the court, he's got the same mentality as any other 21-year-old who could just freshly drink in New Orleans during Mardi Gras. So, I don't know if I want to touch this when I'm trying to keep my access, but you know what I'm saying. Like, his mentality, yeah, it's still being formed. He's got that winning mentality, but he's always been the boss on the court. And now he's not the boss on the court when it comes to bully balling other teams. He's also got to share the ball with Brandon Ingram, who is behind Andrew Wiggins in the All-Star vote. Just leaving that.
So Zion, he waited and he kind of like laid back and let RJ Barrett have his in college, right? And then he gets the pros and he kind of has to lay back and let Brandon. What does that say about Zion? Doesn't that tell you he's not Mamba? If he's like, okay, you be the best player on the team, I'll do my thing. To me, that means you're not Mamba. If you're not like, okay, guys, we need to win these games. Coach, you need to put me in. Like, if you're not trying to direct some things, when are you going to start doing that?
Yeah, Zion has taken 0 threes in the fourth quarter. That doesn't scream Mamba to me.
How many threes has he needed to take in the fourth quarter, though? If he's being asked to take threes in the fourth quarter, something has gone horribly wrong, and the Pelicans have rehired Alvin Gentry.
Yeah, you've already lost that game, so, don't even worry about it. But I just think he doesn't have that mentality. That doesn't mean he can't be a great. I just think he doesn't have the Mamba mentality.
He was upset. Last season, he was visibly upset, but it didn't make the cameras, so people, oh, Zion's hurt. They're just relaxing. They're tanking for the season. No, Zion wanted on the court, and he caused a stir after at least 2 games that I know of. And I don't know if you can call that Mamba mentality or a teenager just being a teenager and saying, I want to do what I want to do. And other people saying, no, we've got $1 million investment in you. That's not happening tonight.
I don't see the leader in that personality so far. I'm holding out hope because I think he could revolutionize the game, but I'm hoping to see that soon. And then the guy that started it all here, I got to know what you guys think. Julius Randle, is he Mo Mamba or Mo Bamba? Because the Knicks fans need to know too. We got to tell them the truth, right?
Black Mamba.
He totally believes in it. Yeah, I think he's
What
a
do you
Russell
believe?
Westbrook level.
I believe that he believes he's in the right defensive position every time, and he's even better in his head on the offensive end. That's Black Mamba, even though it doesn't work on the defensive end at all.
I think mentality-wise, your friend has a point. I think that he thinks he should be taking that shot when he's gone 6 for 24. Don't know that he's the player I want taking that shot, but I think that he believes it. So if that's part of the definition we're going with, then I have to give him an edge towards Black Mamba.
Shout out to Julius Randle. He's one of only two guys in the NBA right now averaging 20, 10, and 6 assists. I mean, that's big. All right, this next section here, I want to know what you guys think about, like, can we find the prototypical player that epitomizes what Mo Bamba mentality is all about, and the prototypical player who epitomizes what the Mamba mentality is all about? I'm gonna go, Dodson. I'm gonna go to you first. Give me either your most Mamba or your most Bamba in the NBA.
I think we've been there. Russ is the most Black Mamba to me because, one, I've dealt with him the most. I've seen that attitude. But the most prototypical is Russ's mentality with Steph Curry's accuracy.
Sasha.
I'm trying to keep it in-house with a Laker. A guy that I feel like has a lot of Mamba that I wanted to rep tonight was AC, Alex Caruso.
Hey.
I looked up some numbers. Dodson's out. I looked up some numbers. All his numbers went up in the postseason last year, except for his three-point shooting. This year, he is shooting 58% in the fourth quarter relative to 46% overall. I just feel like he's a gamer. I feel like he believes in himself. I feel like LeBron is pouring a ton of confidence into him. AD, Kuz, making him feel like he's the white guy, the bald white guy that belongs on this awesome, swaggy Lakers team. Alex Caruso, White Mamba.
I'm gonna follow that up with a similar type of call on that. To me, the most Mamba player in the entire NBA is Marcus Smart. That guy, he thinks the shot's going in, even though he's only shooting league average from three. And at the end of the game, is there another player that you'd want out there on the court to make an oh my god game-winning type of play, that you wouldn't expect? Defensively, offensively, hustle, it doesn't matter.
I'll give you defensively.
Yeah, I'll give you hustle stat.
And then I'll give you that the three is going up, regardless of how many he has hit in the rest of the game.
Cody, who's your most Mamba?
Sorry, Dodson again, but I had Lillard as my most right now, and I think from the mentality standpoint as well as from the results standpoint. Now that was my most Mamba. I do want to give a shout out to De'Aaron Fox. Who I think is someone we didn't list and talk about because he's not in that top 15 or anything, but he, to me, has a very Mamba mentality of he will close you out if you give him the chance. He is going to try to end this game. He is going to show up on the biggest stage that he is allowed, which hasn't been very big stages for the Kings, but going back to college, going back to taking on Lonzo, taking it personally, all that stuff. He takes those slights and he uses it, and he is right now, let me refer to my notes, he is in the top 3 in points in the clutch as well as assists in the clutch, along with Lillard and LeBron as the two other guys right now.
Chris Dodson, who is your most Mo Bamba?
It might have Paul George's shoulder injury and tentativeness wrapped up with Lonzo Ball. I don't even think Mo Bamba is in the top 5 of Mo Bambas in the league at this point.
Sasha.
Man, I put down Cat. I think he has confidence.
I had his teammate.
Yeah, I think he has confidence in his shooting, but the leadership, that killer mentality, that raising everyone up, that we're going to be dogs and we're going to fight, I don't see it. It's a bad time to hate. He had a ton of loss in COVID, so love to the Anthony Towns family. But but I think he's going to need a dog in there. And surprise, surprise, I'm not sure D'Angelo Russell's that person.
Mm-mm.
I don't even know if Mo Bamba's still on the Magic, honestly. But
He is.
his former teammate, Aaron Gordon.
Hey, that's mine
Um,
too.
oh, really? That's
Yep.
hilarious.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that dude has all the gifts in the freaking world, and something is not present. Um, and I don't know what exactly part of the mentality is missing because I don't know him personally, never met him, don't plan on it. But yeah, it's clearly something in the mentality side is not quite present for him to be a superstar because he certainly could be.
Yeah, I had the same guy. He's been underachieving since high school. He's been the darling of everybody who loves athletic guys with potential, and he to me is the poster boy for the number one tease type of talent in the NBA.
How good would he be if he was on the Spurs, though? How much is this a
Exactly.
team situation?
Exactly.
That's also a development situation. And if he was in the right developmental system over at San Antonio, who knows? But Orlando's been get drunk, put on a blindfold, throw a dart against the rotation board, and hope and pray it works out.
All
Which is
right,
the
to wrap.
question, right? Because if Kobe is in Orlando, well, not at the time, and the timeline doesn't match up. But if Kobe's in Charlotte, where he could have been
Charlotte.
drafted, is he still the Black Mamba? And I think yes, that was in him to do that. The results again might have been different because he probably doesn't win 5 titles, but his approach to the game is still the same.
If he gets stuck in Charlotte, he's a more athletic Larry Johnson.
You're thinking more like 7 or 8 titles if you'd stay on Charlotte? More kind of Tom Brady
Yeah.
level with that pristine franchise.
Division title. We're talking division titles.
Division
Yes.
titles, thank you.
I think we can agree that the culture and the fit and the team and the development program matter immensely in this kind of stuff. But sometimes when you're meant to be Mamba, you're meant to be Mamba. And let's remember that this is Michael Jordan that he was imitating and this mentality that he kind of got from MJ. And how did MJ grow that? He had to go up against Larry and Magic, right? And all these guys. So this has been brewing for generations, and the forefathers really brought this through. And I think it's also important to mention that, sorry, Mo Bamba, Mo Bamba is a high character dude, high intellect. He's done really good stuff off the court recently to get out the vote. He had a tough time coming back from COVID recently, so we're not trying to harp on him too bad. It's too bad his name rhymes with Mamba and that he's kind of a bust as a number 6 pick in the 2018 draft.
You built him up only to throw him under the bus.
I'm sorry.
He didn't pick himself 6. It's not his fault.
So, guys, the clock is counting down. You're down by 1. You're pulling up. My question is, which player in the NBA do you think has in himself the most confidence? And just curious from all of you right now in 2021, which player do you have the most confidence in?
LeBron and LeBron. Until otherwise proven different, it's got to be LeBron and LeBron.
Kevin Durant. If you're talking about rising up and taking a shot, I think Kevin Durant has the most confidence in himself, and I for sure have the most confidence in him.
I think I gotta go LeBron at this point as well. But no, I'm retracting that because I don't in this context, I don't think he has the most Mamba mentality because of what Dodson was saying, is that he'll make that pass if that's the right play. So in that sense, I would say more KD. I think I'll go with Josh, actually. I think you two had the top 2 picks on that one. And so I got to side with Josh and say KD.
And we have not mentioned Chris Paul. I just want to shout out him as an honorable mention, Mamba type mentality guy. Just what he's doing at this age and size, we really haven't seen before. A smaller point guard at age 35. That's Mamba, and he's still leading the way and still, maybe the best player on his team. All right, let's wrap this up. I want to describe to you guys some information that I got directly off the internet. This is a description of the Black Mamba snake, and I need to know, is this description remind you more of the Black Mamba Kobe or Mo Bamba?
Can I ask one question before you do that? It's super rapid fire. You guys have all touched the basketball before. Are you more Black Mamba or are you more Mo Bamba?
I am more Mo Bamba.
Black Mamba all day. Confident.
Yeah. Sasha.
I knew it.
I'm a lot of Bamba, unfortunately. And
The tone of voice with these answers is why Music, Movies, and Hoops has the best content in the NBA right now.
I think I'm probably Bamba,
Hey.
but I mean, I've taken some game winners and I haven't hit them. So I don't know what that makes me. But and what is it when every other player wants to fight you? Is that Mo Bamba or is that Black Mamba?
Mamba.
That's Rajon Rondo.
Okay, so I sort of have that part of the Mamba in me, and then the results are more Mo Bamba.
Mamba?
Yeah, hey, it's good to be honest. I think that's what makes genuine content, in my opinion, these days. There's a lot of fakers out there, and we're going to tell it like it is. All right, y'all. So we know Kobe was named after the Black Mamba because it's so lethal. This snake can go 12 miles an hour on the ground, and it'll kill a full-size human being in 45 minutes with its venom. All right, but let me know if this description is more Bamba or more Mamba. All right, these are direct quotes. It is a long, slender, cylindrical being. All right, the Black Mamba is graceful, but kind of skittish and often unpredictable, and sometimes will retreat into a hole. They have been described as shy and prefer to escape confrontation, and their defensive behavior is their most distinctive characteristic. I'm saying maybe Bamba is not so far from Mamba after all.
Bamba's a Mamba.
Bamba can grow into a Mamba. Yeah.
So that's what we got for y'all today. Check us out on Twitter. Hit us up if you have anything that you want to argue with us about, anything that we said on this pod. And go find us on YouTube at musicmoviesandhoops.com.